Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I'm just putting together this package, just a construction package. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting some of these models, and let's see here. I'm just publishing them. Let's see. This is a basket truck. So what I'm doing is I'm making it so I don't have to have these assets. Let's see, so if we go to... Oh yeah, it says I can delete this one from the inventory, but I can't delete the other one. So, okay, where are we here? Models... Let's see here, creations, development items. So there's this one here and there's this one here, the basket truck. So now you can get the basket truck. Whereas this one, we'll delete that one. There we go. And then we'll delete this one. These ones don't work, so it won't let me delete that one. Okay. Can I delete that one? Oh, maybe I have it in my actual inventory. I can delete that one too. But it probably won't delete it from here. Well, probably not. No, they're still there. Okay, well anyways, if you want the basket truck, you can get it. The cement truck is here. They're not in these model forms. They're open models like these other ones. Alright, and then like the starter pack. So what we're doing is we are in the... I'm just getting some basic things together, which I thought are going to fit together. I've got some form work. And what I've done is I've made these buildings. We'll go over that real quickly. Let's see here. So, I thought there was another... Okay, so we have the high-rise building. So if we drag this into the workspace, that's what it looks like. So it obviously would be this whole block, right? And then, so I don't know how that went. That's what we have for there. That's the high rise. And then we also have the crane. All right. So I think these can kind of be like player assets. The player can buy and plant the crane and so on and so forth. I guess the last thing we would need, honestly, probably an actual crane. A mobile crane? Yeah, we probably need one of those. So, if we go to Winter Assault, I'm picking from Winter Assault because at the models that are here, they're like mid-stage. They still need a bit of work, so they're good to start with. So, we need this guy. think that's right. This one here is going to be then. That's it. Okay, S can probably come down just a little bit more. And then in the H, see, do that. Oh, and then I wanted to check one more thing too. Is the axle size? It's 2. I wonder if we can change it to 3. Let's see. All right, so then we'll fix this. Yeah, this is an old version. So I guess it may as well come with the crane also. And perhaps, yeah, we could do something like that, right? I don't know how I guess it's kind of a construction game. Because to set up that crane, maybe we need a mobile crane. Let's see. I guess it goes up so-so. It doesn't go that high. That could work, and it doesn't have another attachment, but it should have like a jib attachment on the end of it, just so that way that can work. Let's see. So if we get out of the seat, yeah, this truck needs some help. If we get out of the seat, let's see, across here. Oh, there we go. And I think this thing turns. I think it's, oh yeah. It's so fast. Yeah, so we could do something like this, where maybe you have the crane, you know, there's a mission, whatever, right? Because we have the high-rise crane, which is going to do other stuff, and then maybe you need this to do other stuff. So I think that's okay. So then it's like, well, how do we... If I hop out, can I get the... Yeah, I get the interface back. Oh, I see, but this is two-seated. So maybe what we'll do... yeah. So what I need to do is I need to edit this around a little bit more. We'll do that. Secure it. Alright. So I think that's a decent hack. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out code, and we need to figure out all that sort of stuff. So the first thing we want to do is in server script service, we want to insert an object. We want to insert a script, and this script is going to be our player join the game. Alright, and then so it's going to be just game dot players dot player added connect function. All right, and player. There we go. What do we want to do? We want to say player. Let's see. Where can we go from here? I just want to take a look at this. We could just put it on the player, I suppose. Yeah, game.players. We could do that. We could just say game, we could do player dot oh yeah, we could put the player on a team if we want to. What do we want to do? We want to say, oh no, we want to say, so first we need a name. So we can say local stats equals, right, instance dot new, and it's going to be a folder, okay? And we'll say stats dot name equals leader stats. Then what we need to do is we need to say local cache equals instance. Instead of an int value, it's going to be a number value. And then we want to say cache parent equals stats, and we want to say cache dot value. We want to name it cache dot name equals cache money, whatever you want to call it. Then we say local xp equals instance dot new number value. There we go. And then xp dot name equals yeah, there you go, xp. But we're not going to do levels or anything like that. So now when I join the game, I should have a leader stats folder. I don't know why. Oh, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look and see what I did. What's the experiences? Yeah, farm adventure. Farm adventure. No. It's not that one. That's the next one. This one here. I wonder if I actually have to say leader stats. Oh, leader stats.parent equals player. That's probably what I didn't do. I didn't parent the folder. Ah, yes, that makes sense. There we go. And that's, oh, I see. There we go. And then we want to say leader stats dot parent equals player. There we go. Now if I press play. Yes, excellent, excellent. It is that easy. Well, I guess I should have left that open because we need the rest of the data store stuff. Okay, so step number 2 is connecting to the data store. So let's go back in there and I'll just copy and paste the code. Basically, you just have to get, we could say, we just have to do this here. We have to say, let's just create a local data store equals game get service, and we want to say data store service, and then we want to say local let's see. My data store, and then we have to name what we're going to use. So we need to say local game data equals data store dot get data store. Gotcha. So we're querying the data store. We're saying data store get data store, and we're going to name this construction game, just like that. All right. So this will be game data. And then what else do we need? Let's consult. So, and then we could use the badge service. I'll put this in there, but I'm going to gray that out. If you're wondering where I got this script from, if you download the tow truck game, it's the leader stats script that comes in that game. We're basically just using it here because it has everything that we want to set up with anyways. Yeah. And then this is just the data, whatever. So what this here, what this is these are called P calls, and what they do is they check to make sure all the parameters of the function are true. If all the parameters are true, then it'll make the transaction go through. And if the properties are not true, then it won't allow the value to go through, and it shouldn't save. Now, it might save depending on your latency and depending on how it queries and all that sort of stuff, but that's what we want. So whenever we publish the game, which we will eventually here, these are the checking. So now what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have this variable here, construction game, and that needs to be the variable that it loads from. For each one of these, this needs to be cash, this needs to be XP, and then once we publish the game, so shouldn't need this anymore, we can add to it because I also have a give money script on the game which came in there, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, save the game. So now we have our leader stats script. It should look something like this, where you have the data store, you have a couple of values that you want the player to have, and then you just have these P calls. You can just, there was an error with your data. Easy peasy, easy peasy, easy peasy. What do the P calls do? Like I say, these are the two values. Does it succeed or does it not succeed? And what is it checking? It's getting the value, this value from the server name. This is the data store that it's going to save to on the Roblox side. So when the player joins the game, it uses the player's ID and it looks for this value. And then what it's going to do, it's going to sync it to this value that is on the player. Quite simply, that's how that works. So press play, but it's going to say you got to publish to the data store. So That's why it's not even loading right now. So we'll publish it to the data store. To publish to the data store, what we do is we need to say publish to Roblox, and then we can name it construction starter pack, and then this will say models, missions, data saves, ready to go, ready to load. So it'll all be ready to load. You can put it inside your game. All right, it won't work for VR. I mean, it might. I don't know. Whatever. All right, so we can create that. Basic info. Okay, so there's our game. It's going to take a moment to publish. Or 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, and then it's going to restart, right? It's going to restart us in the game. Yes, here we are. We're back in the game. So now what we need to do is we need to go to game settings. And under security, we need to enable API services. That's the only thing we need to enable. We don't need to enable anything else, third-party stuff, nothing. Then when we press play and we join our game, it'll say, can't make these numbers. There we go. There we go. I'm the creator, so I have this little thing there. Cool. It's published. It's ready to go. So now what I have in the trunk of this vehicle, I can get a box, and the data store for the box. So what I want to do is I'm just going to change this here, and then game data, because it's all pretty much the same. I know this. You're going to say, well, what is that? Well, if you download the tow truck starter pack, in there is a script just like this, and this is the opposite of loading values. This is what we're doing is we're syncing values to the player, and we're getting the name of the player when they activate a prompt. It's the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, we have to do some other fancy accounting. So cash and XP, and I just have to make sure that that is correct. So then what it does is it actually it transports, but we don't want to do that, and then it costs money. So instead of costing money, it's going to give me $200, and it's going to give me 2 experience, and then it should save. So let's see if that works. Oh, I got to activate the van. Then if I come around here, yeah, and see, it's saved. Perfect. So if I do it again, now if I leave the game, there's 2 ways to handle that. You can save all the values, and then when they leave the game, you can save it, or you can save it while they do the transaction. So now if I join the game again, nothing happened. Probably because I didn't save to the... We also need these variables here. So when it saves it, it's saving it to that. And here it is saving it to this variable here. This is how easy it is to just change a couple of variables, and now you've adapted it to whatever you need it to be. Right? The rest of the code is pretty similar. You don't need to do too much to it. But at some point here, okay, so there we go. At some point here, we'll be building a few more of these scripts. So, we're doing this, and then... Oh yeah, there we go. It loaded. Cool. So if we leave the game... Look at that. Leaderboard loaded. Leaderboard loaded. It just took a moment. Yes. Cool. So now I'm giving myself money anytime I want to. And now what you can do is that's how you can get the player rewards. What we're going to do is we're going to have a toolbox and we're going to have some other stuff. So yeah, so this is sort of step one. So what did we do in this video? Not much. I showed you some assets. And then what we did is we created a script which does stuff when the player joins the game. Gives them money, gives them experience. And then we have another script which gives them the actual values to the money and the experience, and it saves it. So this is sort of the introduction to our construction game. We have our assets. Now in the next video, we need to figure out missions. What they are going to look like. We need to make an interface for the missions as well. We'll have to figure out how that's going to work. And that'll be it. So I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend.